How do you see yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Never go to sleep at night unless you do a mental practice to ascertain that you feel right about yourself. Before you go to sleep, when you pray correctly, it means to invoke. It's called invocation. To invoke the feeling of the good which you desire within your own mind. Before you go to sleep, invoke the feeling of health. Ask yourself, how do I feel about my health? And simply say to yourself, I feel healthy. Even if you have terrific headache, leave the conscious area of mind to the subconscious area of mind, because at that place there is no sickness. And each night, before you go to sleep, ask yourself, how do I feel about myself? And invoke a healthy feeling about yourself. And say to yourself, I feel healthy. I feel happy. Think about the happy moments that you have had. I feel loving and beloved. Think of the people that you love. Say to yourself, I feel successful and prosperous. Now, let me share with you one of the most powerful rituals W. Clement Stone did that contributed to his impeccable success. Clement Stone is a millionaire. He is a president and founder of large insurance companies. And he does a very seemingly silly little thing every day and has all his staff to do it with him. In his sales seminars and motivation seminars, he has people to say, I feel great. I feel great. And as a matter of fact, grown man that he is, multi-millionaire, with all the educated and sophisticated people in his organization, when he goes to a motivational meeting, he has them all to sing that Sunday school song, I feel the joy, joy, joy down in my heart. Why? The secret is this. A happy person must be successful. A happy person will be healthy. It's written, the joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. It's written, let not the sun go down on your wrath. This means that you should never fall asleep in an angry state of mind. This means that you should never fall asleep with unforgiveness in your heart. You should never fall asleep discouraged. When you go to sleep, you sleep on 2 beds. You don't sleep on 1 bed. You sleep on the physical bed that you lay down on, and you also sleep on a mental bed, a psychological bed. And before you go to sleep, you should prepare your psychological bed. You should prepare your emotional bed. Because while you are sleeping, the feelings, the thoughts, the moods, and the attitudes which are impressed upon your subconscious mind are free in the universal subconscious to go out and to contact all those people that match your moods. If you go to sleep angry, you are asking to meet people the next day that will try to hurt you, because all of that anger is loose in the universal subconscious and will draw to you that which is like unto your thoughts, moods, and attitudes. So, clear your mind. Feel right with yourself. Be right with yourself before you fall asleep. The next technique that I'm gonna give you is a technique for waking up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I do is I begin to speak my word to bless the day ahead of me. And I like that old psalm. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And I say beautiful things. The words that go out of your mouth will not return unto you void. Let me give you an example of this. I was taking a walk one Sunday morning when a young man approached me. And he said, may I ask you something? I said, yes. He said, Everything that I've tried does not work. I got in a lot of debt. I tried to work my way out of debt, but I couldn't. I just couldn't succeed, no matter what I tried. And I came to this city to work, to become successful, and to pay off my debt. But no matter what I do, I cannot succeed. Why? I looked at him and said, "Son, you just told me the reason yourself. You just answered your own question. You said, 'I can't.' And it's a good thing to watch your words. Never say anything that you do not want to experience." I also teach people how to have a good relationship with money. I call it the romance of money, because money has ears. I found out something about money that most people don't know. And I will tell you something else that I found out about money. Money is like a woman. Not only money is a woman, money is a high-class woman. And if you say dirty things about her, she will not have anything to do with you. This is why I teach people never say I don't have money. Money hears that. Money is a subconscious vibration. When you say I don't have money, you send a signal to money. I am going to stay away from him. And then, if you have a religious belief that money is dirty, money is evil, money stays away from you. Because money is insulted about what you think about her. The other day, my friend sent me an old Irish proverb which says, "Money has sworn an oath that nobody who did not love her will ever have her." So, be careful what you say. The words that go out of your mouth affect your circumstances and your conditions. Finally, I would like to talk to you about the subject of self-motivation. What does self-motivation mean? Self-motivation is self-moving, and a person who is self-motivated is a self-mover. Now, I'm going to use the technique of affirmations. Will you feel and will you say with me, "I am a self-mover. I am a self-mover." This is the way you should think, and this is the way you should live. You should approach life. You should approach your goals, the good that you desire, with energy, strength, and power, and become a self-mover. If we do not learn how to move ourselves, then others will control us. But if you learn how to move yourself, then nobody else can get a chance to control you. Self-mastery has to do with the person, understanding that Almighty Infinite God has given it to him to be master of his own faith and captain of his own soul. And when you become your own master, nobody else can enslave you.